What's up, everybody? Wix here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. We're on day 52 of the Telerian only free-to-play account. And we'll just get right into it with the progress missions. We cleared the 200 classic arena wins, we upgraded our level 10 Great Hall, and then we did our 39 mil on Nightmare today. So now we've got to go through a rotation of all the dungeons, followed by hopefully 75 mil on Nightmare tomorrow, and then we'll do the 20 dungeons except for Spider, which we don't really have the champions to do yet. So we're looking at probably waiting until Chronum to do this, because I don't really feel like leveling up a Zephyr Sniper and a bunch of Armigers. But we are going to get right into it with Ice Golem, and we have the Kale's Path open right now, so it's kind of like a Dungeon Divers. We're going to be getting points for all of the dungeons that we're doing, and we're just going to go right straight down here to the 5-star chicken. So let's check it out. I don't know if I can auto Ice Golem 20 yet, so let's give it a try. I'm wondering if I should maybe bring my second Reliquary Tender. In place of one of these two. Alright, let's try it instead of Aethel. Because we have the Brimstone on Rhonda, so that might help us avoid some damage there if the Brimstone procs. My second Reliquary Tender isn't booked, however. But we'll give it a shot. By the way, welcome to all the new subscribers, if you're watching. We went from like, I think yesterday we had 700 something subscribers, and now we're up to 1.3k. After how Hades started talking about us. It's insane, man. So yeah, I've got to, usually I do an account takeover for every 100 subs. But I'm not going to do like 6 account takeovers in the next couple weeks. So I'll finish the account takeover I'm working on now, and then I'll probably do another account takeover giveaway in the coming weeks. But after that, we're going to have a slightly different schedule for those. So the basic idea here, yeah, my second Reliquary Tender isn't very tanky, so this could be a problem. But the basic idea is just bring one wave clear, which is Rhonda, and then hopefully slowly just whittle down the boss. We do have a Toxic set on our second Reliquary Tender. The problem is we don't have enough accuracy on our first Reliquary Tender to get the decreased attack. So I might need to swap some gear around to auto 20. But I know I can auto 17, so if I have to, I can go back and just do that. But I will have to auto 20 at some point, so I might as well give it a shot. This one here, this second Reliquary, she has a lot of gear that's not maxed yet, and a lot of room for glyph improvement as well. Yeah, she really doesn't seem tanky enough for this to work. My major issue with the boss is when Deacon uses his AoE, sometimes Rhonda joins the attack, and she does too much damage to the boss and triggers his counterattack. Well, we'll see what happens here. Yeah, see, there's the joint attack there. And that causes us some issues. Okay, so hopefully we can get some toxic stacks. By the way, I had a couple comments about low mic volume, so I've tried to adjust a few settings. I'm hoping the volume has increased on it. If not, I really don't know how else I can fix it, because I've tried pretty much everything. Yeah, so you see how much damage that counterattack did? And that was with 0 minions up. If 1 or 2 of the minions are up, they ignore 50 or 100% defense. And that's basically just one-shot kill. So every time Deacon uses his AoE, if Rhonda joins that attack and triggers a counterattack, it's basically over. But if I don't use the decreased defense from Deacon, it takes way too long to kill the minions. That reliquary just keeps getting freaking crit and nuked down in one shot. Seems to be slowly working. And of course, revives Reliquary right before he takes a turn. I mean, it kind of works, right? There's Rhonda joining the attack. If she does that one more time, it's gonna wipe our entire team. So today, after we do all these dungeon missions, yeah, that's just with one minion up, and he almost wiped us. Alright, so auto Ice Golem 20 is possible. Those might be useful at some point. So I'm going to go through and auto these down. Dragon Lair, we can obviously do 20 very easily. Fire Knight, we've already got 20 on Autofarm. Spider 17 is going to be the next one where we have trouble. But I'm going to finish Ice Golem next, and then we'll come back and do some Doom Tower bosses. Alright, we're here at Bommal 90. So I've just been manualing with my Templar here. The main issue with Templar is the decreased speed on his A1 there. It's a 30% chance. And when it lands, it throws off your speed tune. That's the only reason I had to build high resist on my Templar. Because if you don't build resist and you throw off the speed tune, sometimes Bommal will go right before the bombs and strip your block damage. So you need to have resist if you want to do this type of strategy in Bommal normal, because it's impractical or impossible to get your accuracy low enough so that you never land that decreased speed. When you get to hard Bommal, you can, if you don't put accuracy in your build, you don't need resistance, but you still always have that 3% chance to land your debuffs, even with 0 accuracy. So in hard Bommal, when you're soloing with Templar, if you land the decreased speed, it basically means you have to restart the run, which is very, very annoying. Same deal with Helicath. Helicath has the weaken on his A1, and if you land it, it puts bombs on you. So yeah, it's a little bit tricky. If you have a champion like Lady Annabelle, I think she's the best Bommal soloer now. Or Samar Gem Cursed works. Cornelia can work if you have specific awakening on her. Who else? Burengiri can work for Bommal normal and up to Bommal 50. Crimson Helm can work all the way up to 90 hard. If I've never used her personally. I've used Samar and I've used Templar. If you want to build a standard team for this fight, for normal it's not too bad. You can get the resistances. You don't need to decrease his accuracy or anything like that. And it's fairly straightforward. You just need a way to sustain yourself through the bombs exploding. So a champion like Master Butcher is good for that. Or if you can freeze the bombs, they do half damage. So like Shirmani, Ninja. I used Broadmaw with his A1. On my other Mystery Shard account, I used a combination of Broadmaw to freeze the second bomb, and Master Butcher to use his passive to heal through the first bomb. But eventually you get to hard and you can't use that same strategy. So I always just build a Templar. He does the job. You do need quite a bit of gear when you get to hard 90. But up until then, you can get by with pretty scrub gear. You just have to make sure you time it right so that you don't use your block damage too early. And of course, Spirit Affinity is the best option because you can get weak hit, which means you'll take less bombs. Then you just slowly chip your way through with your War Master. See there, Bommal went first before the bombs. If he had used his buff strip move there, and I didn't have resistance, I could have lost my block damage. Again, if you want to do like an auto run and you have a champion like Geomancer, you can cheese this with Geomancer passive and like a bunch of healers / support revivers. Like Geo plus a couple of Vogoths and a Godseeker and Eerie. And then a champion like Armiger or Vizix, who can decrease the Bommal's turn meter to spawn more bombs. Otherwise, you just avoid bringing turn meter champs because you don't want to spawn extra bombs. So hopefully by next time this rotation comes around, I won't have to use the resistances. Because I'm going to be building Templar for hard Bommal, which is a completely different type of build. So, yeah. If I'm still playing this account in 3 months when this rotation comes back, then I assume I'll be able to nuke him down much easier, and I won't have to do this strategy. But that's Bommal 90. And then I'm farming Dark Fae 80 with an auto team. I have the AI presets set up to use their turns in the correct order. You just want to make sure they're not using their AoEs before the boss. So I will pause and skip ahead to the boss. So they've got all their cooldowns. And then it's just like a speed nuke arena team. And you try to kill as many as you can. And then Dark Fae is going to steal my Aethel. Got the decreased speed up. Rhonda should be able to take care of the Aethel here. I'm not sure if this team is going to work as is for the highest stage of Dark Fae, because she's quite a bit stronger and faster. But for now, we got a pretty good setup. Heal reduction just makes sure she doesn't heal, because she heals for every spirit champion you bring. And then it's just a quick fight. Decreased speed's really helpful. Turn meter reduction. Yeah, you can bring a few different types of teams to Dark Fae, but generally the easiest is speed nuke to wipe out your team and then turn meter control. So that's what I've been farming with my keys. We're still just working our way through these dungeons, so I'm going to finish off Fire Knight, and then we're going to attempt Spider 17. And then that'll be just in time for Clan Boss Reset, and I can do about 15 mil per key. So I think I should be able to get in 5 keys tomorrow. I've got 1. And the next one is regenerating soon, so I'll have 2 keys ready to go when the clan boss resets. So if I just make sure I get 15 million per key, and hopefully we get a good affinity like Spirit would be nice. And if I have to, I'll spend 100 gems on a key refill just to get the mission done. But we'll be back. Okay, we're on to the Spider 17 mission. We're just going to go in with our spider team and see how it goes. I don't know if this is going to work. Instead of Jamarsa, I'm going to bring my prosecutor. Something tells me this team isn't going to work, though. I might need to rebuild a couple of champs. Alright, let's give it a go. See how it works out. We may need to build our Soulbond Boyer. And we may need to build an Armiger. And we might, or if we're just going to do the nuking strategy, we might need to just rebuild our Rhonda and our Aethel for more damage. It's a little bit annoying that that one spider survived. I may actually need to put a spiderling tank in here. I don't know. It seems like we're slowly making some progress. As long as we can keep Prosecutor alive, I think we might be okay. Anyways, I'm gonna pause and we'll come back at the end to see if we win or fail. We're right down to the wire. It honestly feels like we're gonna fail, to be fair. The spider's about to heal if he takes another turn. Maybe we can get it if we get lucky. No. Okay, so I need to rebuild some champs. I either need to put Rhonda or Aethel in a much higher damage build, or I'm gonna need to build a spiderling tank. Like, maybe I can put Prosecutor in a spiderling tank build and just pump her defense, pump her resistance so she doesn't get poisoned. We do have a champ training event starting right now. So I could get my Soulbond Boyar to 6-star. And then use her in a stun set. Which will help me lock down the spiderlings. And then I won't really need to build a tank. So either way, this isn't going to work. Maybe if I put Jamarsa instead of Reliquary Tender. But then we don't have any cleanses. But we would have a team-wide revive. So I'll figure that out. I guess that's just going to delay our missions by a day. Because I won't be able to do this clan boss mission right away. So I'm going to figure this out and then we'll come back when we have a team that can do it. Alright, so about a day and a half has passed since our last clip. And we got our Prime Gaming drop. So we're going to check out this Savage set that we just got here. And it's not the biggest, most important set for us right now because it's mostly for Arena. But it could come in handy even if just the pieces are good. So speed and crit rate is quite nice. Crit rate, defense, attack. Not bad, especially if it hits crit damage on 16. This one's not very good, but it might be worth re-rolling. This is not good either. Attack percent with no crit rate is not very usable. And wow, that's nice. So we've got about 16 hours left on the Kale's path. So today I'm going to be going through and just like leveling a bunch of artifacts. Because I still need to secure, of course, flat defense. Oh dear. I still need to secure the 5-star chicken at the end of it. And I've got some champs that I want to re-gear right now anyway in order to take down the Scarab. And in order to clear Spider 17. So those didn't roll very well, unfortunately. But we do have a couple of pieces I really wanted to check out. We might as well roll this speed stuff up while we're here. Okay, that was awful. That's not bad. And all of these I'm keeping just in case they triple roll. It's almost time for me to do a gear cleanse. I've got a lot of stuff I've been hanging on to that's not necessarily ever gonna get used. I was just holding on to it in case I needed to complete a set. So I'm going to go through today if I have time and try to start clearing out some of this stuff. But we've got like a huge backlog. Oh, that's nice. A huge backlog of artifacts that we've been farming over the past week and a half. And it all needs to be rolled and cleansed. And especially, we've got a couple of really nice lifesteal pieces. That could be, yeah, look at that. Crit rate and attack. These could be like direct upgrades for my Rhonda and my Aethel. Where's the other one? There's a shield. Yeah, here. This shield. Insane. If this rolls well, okay, that's fine. On a lifesteal build, I'm probably planning to use it in Clan Boss. So I don't really need speed. Like, you need some speed, but you don't need all the speed. And then I farmed these boots as well. Which, hopefully they ignore resistance. Okay, those are probably the two worst rolls I could have got, but... On a boot like this, you either want it to go triple resistance, or ignore resistance completely. And of the two stats here, I'd much rather have crit rate than crit damage, because that allows me to use crit damage gloves. Not a big deal though, it's all gear that's going to be like upgrades for my champions. I've got a lot of decent pieces just hanging out that have been fully rolled already. So I'll be looking to make those changes very soon. Crit rate and hit points. Defense gloves with crit rate substats and damage substats. They're pretty good for defense-based nukers who you want them to be more tanky than dealing damage. So especially for Clan Boss, that could be a good piece. Yeah, I won't go through and roll everything here, but there are a few pieces I wanted to check out. Anything with speed on it? Okay, this could be a candidate for a reroll. Not awesome, but we'll take it. These, I'm really hoping roll into speed. Nice. Flat attack sucks, but if we can get one more speed roll on these before they hit 16, that'll be quite nice. And then a bunch of trash boots. And then... So yeah, like pieces like this, I'll probably never use it. I just haven't got around to doing the gear cleansing yet. But we're going to do some of that today, hopefully. But check out builds like my Rhonda here. She's still wearing like really trashy... She's got a 4-star weapon on, 4-star gloves, like, running at 170 speed, no crit damage, barely any accuracy for her brimstone. And then, like, my Aethel's still wearing these crap 5-star crit rate gloves. And these are the builds I've been using everywhere in the game. So it's like, I haven't touched their builds pretty much since week 2. Reliquary Tender here is the one I'm going to be upgrading first, because I'm trying to get her into a build that can solo Scarab 100. So I've got her down to Unshakable for resistance, in a Toxic set to do damage, And I just need to pump up all these stats. I need to get the speed boots, the hit points, gloves, and chest. I need to get the flat defense from here. I've got terrible accessories because I haven't farmed Spider. Like, barely. I've only farmed Spider twice, basically, during 2 tournaments. So yeah, I'm going to be min-maxing this gear, getting it all to 16. And then we'll come back when we try the Scarab. Okay, so Reliquary Tender was a no-go. She just did not have the self-sustain to be able to do this. So I thought, you know, I have this one champion with enough sustain, but she is weak affinity. So she can get strong hits. And she doesn't have a resistance banner, so I had to put a resistance chest on her. So she's not as tanky as I need her to be. She does have a revenge accessory though, so that gives me a chance to get the toxic set off. Like, see the counterattack there. And she's also got her A3, which if I'm in a position where I can't survive another hit, I can use her A3, which doesn't actually hit the boss. And it just gives me a little bit of extra chance to get back around to my heal. But then, of course, since she doesn't have a resistance banner, that happens where I get provoked. Her resistance is like borderline not high enough. You need like 330 resist or so. And with that champion I have for the aura, she's only 300 resist. So let's get an extra, at least 10 resist here. That might be all I need. If I get super lucky, I can get through it, I think. And I still have... I guess I can put bigger glyphs on these. It feels like kind of a waste, because, like, this isn't the greatest toxic set. But if it gets me past the Scarab, it's not too bad. Yeah, like, I don't want to use 4-star glyphs on these. The gloves don't have any resist, unfortunately, and neither do the boots. But I figured the Immortal set would be helpful for the extra hit points, and just for the little bit of extra sustain as well. But maybe I just need to go with a different set of boots that has resist on them. So, like, I could go with the resist chest. And then I could steal the boots off of Reliquary Tender. That doesn't give me a whole lot of extra resist, though. Oh, yeah, because I still need to level the chest plate. It gives me more speed as well. More defense, less hit points. It might be worth it. I'm going to try to RNG my way through a couple more times, and then we'll see. But I do have our masteries set up for Unshakable. This definitely will work, and I can level this helmet and shield just for a bit of extra tankiness. I can also glyph this and maybe level it to 13. Get a little bit of extra hit points. But again, these are pieces I don't really want to invest expensive glyphs into. It would really help if I had a blood shield accessory. But I didn't get any blood shield for any of my factions. I could put this other revenge accessory on, and that actually has a lot more tanky stats. So I'll steal that Alferonda for now. I'm going to try with this. I think it should be good enough to get through. And we'll come back with the success, hopefully. Looks like we're going to do it. Don't mind the time there. I was running it on auto while I was playing a different game. And it runs super, super, super laggy slow in the background. So that's not an accurate depiction of the time it would take to do this. Yeah, I autoed it to about halfway, and then I started manualing, because on auto, she uses her A3 on cooldown. And it looked like it wasn't going to be quite enough to get it within the time limit. I have the AI set to prioritize her A2, so that she's always going to heal when it's off cooldown. And that's just to minimize the risk of getting provoked at a bad time. So if you did get a unlucky streak of RNG, you could just get provoked back to back and end up losing the fight with some unlucky crits and stuff like that. I did go ahead and use my 4-star resistance glyphs. And yeah, because last run I tried, it just didn't work out. And I said, screw it, I'm just going to do it, and I'm tired of letting this thing run. Just a few more poisons here and we should have it. As long as we don't get provoked and killed. So close. So this is the apothecary strategy. They basically work the same. You have a huge single target heal on a 2-turn cooldown. And then you just use a toxic set or a destroy set to do the damage. Build enough resist so you don't get provoked. And you win. Oh. So I think I'm the first one to be able to up here to clear Scarab. A lot of these people were stuck on Bommal. So with their 10 keys, they were only able to get up to floor 99 afterwards. So if I keep this up for the next 2 days, I'll be the first one to clear this rotation of normal Doom Tower as well. And I'm still working on re-gearing my champs to do the Spider 17 mission. But I'm going to include that in next video. So I'm going to wrap it up here for now. Thank you all for watching. And I will catch you in the next one.